What's happening, Ion Silver fans? It's Glenn back to you again with another video here. I just got done chopping up a bunch of firewood, and I'm using some new things. So I thought it'd be a great idea to come out here and do kind of like a camping / wilderness survival type video for you guys. And a few videos ago, I did a hike in New Hampshire. I went to a place known as Zealand Falls, and I did a 3-part mini-series talking about the trip. I did a video of the actual trip itself. I talked about some of the equipment that I brought with me. And I also did a follow-up video of things that could have went differently, things that went right, and things that need to be improved. So one of the things that I wanted to improve that I mentioned in the video was make updates and changes to my kit. So I actually haven't made all. I'm actually not really 100% complete making the changes, but I have made a few changes. So I figured I'd go through and show you guys some of the changes that I have made. So one of the first changes that I've made is actually the shirt that I'm currently wearing. This is a really good shirt. It's actually made out of a very lightweight and breathable material. There's also some sleeves right here, which are long sleeves. You unbutton this thing right here, and you can roll them down, and you can button them up, so that way you can have something to protect your arms, so you don't have to use up a lot of sunscreen. It's also got a collar too, which actually can be used to protect the back of your neck. It's got a few pockets right here. It's got a pocket right here that you can stick a small Altoids tin into. And it's also got a pocket right here that zips. And it's very breathable as well. It's very easy for me to move my arms around. Robot. So that's one thing that's really good about the shirt. So another update that I made is the set of trousers that I wear. These are actually made by Eastern Mountain. This and the shirt, they're both made by Eastern Mountain. I like these pants a lot better than my old ones, well, because one, they fit me properly, but they also have these little tabs right here on the pockets, and the pockets are actually pretty big. You can stick quite a few things in here. If you're wondering what this is the bag that I use to put my tripod into. And there's also another one on the side. And right in there I just have my my case for my glasses. And obviously they also turn into shorts as well. These type of pairs of pants right here, no matter what the brand is, I recommend these pants no matter what, the pants that turn into shorts. So another change that I also made, these things that I'm actually going to show you, they're actually just a pair of gloves, a pair of work gloves. These aren't new at all. I've had these since the beginning of the summer. But the reason why I would want to take these if I was doing any sort of hiking, or more precisely, more mountain type climbing, mountain type hiking, is because these allow you to grip certain things. They allow you to grip rocks, and they allow you to hold on to rocks without tearing up your hands, which is very painful. And one thing I actually forgot to mention about these pants is the belt right here is actually removable. And another thing that I also like that I couldn't do on either of my pairs of trousers is there's this little space right here on the belt line, and it allows you to attach any sort of knife that you want to attach, and it's also accessible on the other side as well. So another update that I made is my footwear. One of the things I talked about is these boots that I have on, which are made by Columbia. These are definitely a good pair of boots, but as I mentioned in the video, they're not waterproof. I thought they were waterproof, but they aren't. But they're actually very breathable. I'm still going to use them for when I do a lot of summer type hiking. So one of the things, I updated these to these boots for if I'm going to be hiking in any sort of wet environment or winter environment or snow environment. These are definitely the boots that I'm going to be carrying with me. I'm not too sure what the name of these boots are. In fact, I actually don't really know what the name of the other boots that I have are, but it doesn't really matter what they're called. They got these little drag handles right here, so they're easy to put on your feet. They also have quite a lot of insulation on here. They're very, very comfortable. And another thing that they can also do too is they have these little hooks right here. So you can take the shoelace and kind of go like that with them, so that way they can stay really secure. So another change that I made was I was chopping some firewood over there in my axe yard that I mentioned earlier. But one of the things that I noticed was there's actually some fat wood. All the wood that I was chopping was actually given to me by my uncle. And one of the things that I noticed was there was some little pieces of fat wood in there in the pile. So there was like these wedges that were sticking out of the tree, out of the logs. So I decided to chop them up. I chopped them all up into small pieces, and I put them inside of this Altoids tin. And that's one of the reasons why I had this in my pocket, is to show you an example. You can fit a small Altoids tin in the pocket, but you also have a fire starter with you, or a way to make fire, I should say. So, and another thing that I also did too is I found this plastic container. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be bringing this with me when I go on trips and things like that. I guess I suppose I could if I wanted to, although it's kind of heavy. But I found a whole bunch of fat wood, and I decided to stick it in this container. And this container actually has two functions. The first thing you might notice is I punched a few holes into it. And the reason that I wanted to do that was because whenever you stick wood into something that's made out of plastic, one of the things that happens is the moisture that's still inside of the wood tends to build up when it's inside plastic and when the sun's also hitting it. So so punching these holes in here is so that way the moisture can air out, it can ventilate, and so that way moisture doesn't build up while it's inside of here. It's kind of a good thing if you're collecting water, if you're going to do that, but if you're not, then you want to basically go with this particular option instead. Another thing that I can also do with this as well is I can take all the fat wood out of the container and I can stick it inside of the ground. I'll probably do a video kind of describing how this is done. I can dig a hole in the dirt. I can stick this inside of it with a pond in front of me, of course, and the water will drain in and it'll filter the water. So I'll probably do a separate video talking about how that's done, just because it's definitely a skill that I think everybody needs to learn. So anyway, guys, that ends this video for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, stay ready, stay focused, stay strong.